Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, April the 12th, 2024. In this video, I'm going to show you the details of a scalp trade taken by one of our CC Scalp service members. And it was the first trade he's had all week. But as you'll see, it was well worth the wait. You know, patience is tough, and it's particularly hard for scalpers who naturally expect there to be more trades. But that's not necessarily the case when you're scalping. If you don't have the patience and you don't adhere to sound risk management protocols, I mean, you're simply going to wipe out your account, and you know that doesn't help anyone. The biggest feature about learning to scalp properly is that you can enter trades with very, very small pip risk with huge reward potential. And if short-term trading is appealing to you, I'll say a few more words about it at the end of this video about the best way to get started. I hope you like this video, and if you do, we would dearly love a thumbs up by hitting the like button, and of course be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the link in the bottom right corner of the video. Okay, one more thing, let us know in the comments what your biggest takeaway is from this video. We'd love to have your feedback. Okay, let's have a look at this smashing little 3-to-1 reward risk trade that this member took and how it all set up. Okay, so this trade was taken on the Swiss yen pair by the member in our Coach's Corner Scalp service, and I got to tell you something. You know, I tell you, when I see people picking up these trades on their own like this, it's like pretty darn cool. So anyway, what we do with a scalp trade, and some of you are going to be surprised at this, we look at all the time frames just to get a general idea, even the weekly chart. And I know you're probably rolling your eyes going, what's the point? And we don't trade off of a weekly chart. All we want to know with the weekly chart, what's the general trend? What's the potential of this trade making a big move or maybe not so big? And this thing's heading up. And I think 100 out of 100 people would say that. We're making higher highs and higher lows on the waves here. Comes down, hits a price level here and bounces for whatever reason. You mark that level because you want to see what happens if it comes back there again. And that level is right here on the daily chart. Pretty good level, right? So, and it could have come down lower down to here. You don't know. So you just leave this level marked here, because price is going to tell you when it comes back. If we have a pattern, one of our patterns, then we have a trade. If we don't, then there's no trade. On the 4-hour chart, here's that same level. I'm not changing anything. And you'll see that when price came down to it, it then reacted and it bounced around a little bit in here, didn't it? Now here's something interesting, and this gets into price action reading. Darko teaches all this constantly in his long-term service. So just pay attention here. Price comes up, and you'd think that it would start to go lower again because it had already made this big drop and closed below everything, but it didn't. It couldn't make a lower low. So it gets your attention. That's just a warning sign that we may not be going lower. And this candle right here, when price rallied up and closed above these levels here, is a sign that, hey, we might be heading higher here. And you can see what's happened. The lows have gone higher. The wave lows here have gone higher and higher. Now, what happened when it came back to here? So we got to watch this level. We want to watch down here. Again, price will tell you when it hits these levels, what happens? Well, we go to our entry time frame, which is a 15-minute chart for scalping. And price, that's what this level is here. Here it is marked again. Was there a pattern here? Yeah, there was a pattern. Last week, you know, I did a video on Darko's favorite pattern. This is it. It's the swing break rotation. Go back and listen. Actually, I put a link to that video at the end of this video, so you can check that out again. And it had a great move down on the S&P 500 using this pattern, the inverse, because it was a sell. But this is a buy. What is it? Why is it? Because price drops. It closes below this low. What does it do then? It goes up and rallies and closes above all these highs up here. That's bullish. And this is what the member picked up. So we use Fibonacci retracements or support resistance levels to enter. And in this case, you have options. You could buy it at the 62% level, the 79% level, the actual support resistance level, because your stop's got to go below here. This is what we call a natural stop. And I prefer, this is me personally, I prefer 79% retracements. Nothing wrong with 62%. It just, the reason I like 79 is because this deeper retracement means that I need less pip risk, right? When I put my stop under here, the higher up you buy it, the more pip risk that you need. And so in this case, it actually made a 62 and 79, and it hit this level. But The member bought it here at this level right here at 167.35. He had a stop 19 pips away from his entry down into here. And he took his profit at this extension, this Fibonacci extension right here, for over, or about, it was actually 60 pips. He posted it in our chat room. I'm not using his name because I didn't have permission to, but he posted in our chat room was more than a 3-to-1 reward risk trade. And it's gone up way more since then. By the way, as price is rallying, you know, trade management is something that's going to be individual for everybody, but I can tell you why this was actually not a bad level that he took profit at is because on the 4-hour chart, there was resistance right in here. You see this in this body, and it got rejected pretty hard. So that's that same level as where he took profit. And obviously it's gone up more than that. Here's another great level. Take profit there? Sure, absolutely. You know, again, you know, it's all hindsight now because it's important that you have a trade management plan before ahead of time. And in his case, he was saying, hey, you know what, I'm happy with a 127% extension from here to here, right into here. I'll take profit, 60 pips next. And really, really good outcome. And just, you know, just like I say, really, really well done. So it was interesting, you know, this guy had not had a trade all week, nothing, but he's become a very good trader, and really I just love it because he's learned the idea of patience and waiting and waiting and waiting. And you know, you wait all week and get one of these trades. That's a good week of trading right there. That one trade. So I hope that all makes sense. And again, it all starts from your higher time frame, top down analysis, and the ability to read price action. So obviously that was a great trade, and I said this at the beginning, I just feel such gratification when I see a member independently figure out a trade the way that we teach. And in the introduction to this video, I alluded to some comments on how you can get on the right path for learning to scalp. And hands down, the very best way to learn is by learning to trade longer term first. And I've talked about this before. And that's what our lead coach, Darko Ali, teaches. It's much, much easier to see price action and setups on higher time frame charts with everything greatly slowed down. And Darko does just a masterful job of this. And of course, everything is scalable. You know, whatever he shows on higher time frames, you can use it to trade lower time frames, but it's easier to learn on higher time frames first. And of course, Darko shows trade setups in advance, not after the fact, so you can see exactly how they set up. And then he covers these setups in his well-known twice weekly pre-market analysis videos. So you might want to check out Darko's longer-term service. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, please don't forget to hit the like button and comment on the video. And if you have any questions, just send me an email and I'd be more than happy to help out. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. Take care.